can do it, dude. You can do it. Get on it, dude. Oh man, get on it, bro. Get on it. That was our one shot. Alright, you guys, we're back at it. Alright, John's Moto Garage, welcome back to the channel. AZ Bike Week Arizona. We're out here at Westworld doing the Harley demos, and I'm on a Street Glide special today. Check out my other videos. I did the Road Glide CVO. I rode the FXDR. My battery died. I hope to ride that again. I rode the Road King Special and the Breakout, and have had a blast so far. As always, you guys, if you dig the content, like and subscribe. Hit me up on Instagram at John's Moto Garage. Thanks so much, you guys. Let's get on with the video. Let's fire this sucker up. Uh-oh. I'm not used to actually having to turn this little knob up here. Somebody did not put the bike in neutral. Not to fear, we'll find neutral for you. ABS. So Street Glide, I used to be a huge fan of the Street Glides. However, I've since kind of converted over to the Road Glide. But sitting on this thing, man, this is a plush, nice, comfortable seat. I'm a fan of the Batwing fairing. I did a video not too long ago on the Indian Chieftain 116 Monster, and really stirred up a lot of controversy on that one because I labeled it Harley Killer ? Now obviously I know that's not going to kill Harley. If anything kills Harley, it'll probably be Harley itself or me trying to do a wheelie. No wheelies today, and we probably won't be doing any knee drags. We are all over the place here with our staggered formation. It takes a little while to get used to doing this group riding thing if you haven't done it before. Anyway, this is the 114, and I've had lots of the 103s, and I'm a big fan of the new 114. A lot smoother. Gearbox is still pretty clunky, but a lot smoother, obviously more powerful, and I dig them a lot. So if you're a fan of the baggers, you're looking for a touring bike, you know, this is going to be right there with your Road Kings, your Road Glides, your, obviously it is a Street Glide, all those motorcycles. And honestly, having ridden a handful at this point, I think for me it just comes down to personal preference. Which bike do you dig as far as the styling is concerned? These new bikes, if you're going to drop a pretty penny on them, you know, they're going to come with all the amenities. I'm about 5'8", and I can fairly easily put both feet on the ground. I'm not tippy-toed. They're not flat-footed either, though. Let's try the radio on this thing. I don't even know how to mess with the radio on this thing. I'm going to be doing the FXDR ride next, so I'm pretty stoked on that. You can do it, dude. You can do it. Get on it, dude. Oh, man. Get on it, bro. Get on it. That was our one shot. Now we got to catch up. They don't like us to do what they call slingshotting, which is where you slow down and then you speed up, but you don't slingshot it. How are you going to know how fast this thing is, man? You got to get a 0 to 60 in at least once. Anyway, so far on the Street Glide, I'm digging it. I don't really know how to compare it, but very smooth. The Batwings are nice because they really do keep the wind off. I can't really speak to how it is on the real long distance rides, but I can imagine it'd be a comfortable bike. Before I'd ever ridden a bike like this, you know, full bagger or a dresser, I always just assumed it'd be an intimidating, super heavy, cumbersome, overly bearing motorcycle. And surprisingly, when you jump on, especially once you got momentum, they're wicked easy to ride, just like all your other bikes. And I think Harley's doing a good job because their bikes are getting smoother and smoother, but it still feels like a Harley in the traditional sense that it's kind of got that rumble, that grunt to it. And so for that, I'm a big fan. But I dig these new bikes. Every bike I've ridden thus far has been a blast. 6-speed gearbox, floorboards, of course. You got crash bars. hard bags. Personally, I'll never buy one of these things brand new. Can't do it. But if you're looking for a nice dresser, these things definitely seem to fit the bill. I'm not sure if this has the fly-by-wire throttle that they're doing on a lot of the new bikes. If it does, it feels a lot more like your traditional throttle than the Indian Chieftain that I rode a while back, the 116. I think that by definition is slingshotting, what they're talking about not doing. But it's like, bro, stuff. You can't put me on this motorcycle and expect me not to get on it at least once or twice. The thing with demo rides is a lot comes down to where you're at in the group and who's leading the pack. Because I did one ride with the breakout, I think it was, and that was such a blast. I was right at the front with the captain, and the dude was freaking getting on it every chance we had. So that was a fun one. But you can't complain. They're gracious enough to let us take all these bikes out for spins at the low cost of only 40 bucks for the entrance to get into the show, so I'll take it. Of all the bikes I've done thus far, the two that have really stood out to me have been the breakout, because I'd never ridden a breakout before. The second I stepped threw a leg over and fired that thing up, I was just grin ear to ear. I've had such a blast on it. And then the other one is the Road King Special, surprisingly. So at 5'8", the bike feels roomy. It doesn't really feel cramped by any means. I can see that being a taller rider, you definitely want to throw some highway pegs on this thing. Anyway, overall impression from the 103, I'd say definitely an improvement, and I don't think you'd be unsatisfied with or dissatisfied with any of these bikes, really. Very comfortable, fun rides. Somebody lost their shirt. So sorry you guys, no knee drags or hand drags or wheelie wannabe tries today on the demo ride, but Street Glide Special, would I pick one up? Absolutely. How does this stack up to the Chieftain? I think it's right there. Somebody's blasting Led Zeppelin over there. Hopefully I don't get copyright infringed for it. Damn, look at that 114. Either of the CVOs available?
They're both available. So there's three. There's the fully dressed one, or the Road Glide, or the Street Glide.
Let me do the Street Glide if I could.
That's a spectacular bike.
And then, could I do the Road Glide afterwards?
Yeah.
Awesome.
You got it.
Thanks.
All right.
I'm gonna loop back down to that spot one more time.